Now, the interesting correlation you'll start to see when you look at patients is you'll have a woman patient who's coming in who's having hormonal issues and inflammatory issues. And those hormonal issues are due to excess steroid hormone, maybe estrogen, not being broken down in the liver because they don't have enough sulfation. And a big source of sulfur is cysteine, the sulfur-containing amino acid cysteine, which then gets broken down by self-oxidation into sulfate molecule for detoxification by the molecule called PAPS. The S stands for sulfate. But it's the sulfation detoxification in the liver, which is necessary for all steroid hormones. So you get a patient who has, maybe a woman who has hormonal issues and strengthens on TGF-beta, and you give the cysteine, it does double duty. It helps the body to make the TGF-beta, which is a substance which is like IL-10. It has anti-inflammatory effects. TGF-beta is kind of like IL-10 in the sense that it's one of the things that can be released by Treg cells actually, but it does create an anti-inflammatory effect. And then the same cysteine you need for that will help their hormonal balance. Or you have a guy comes in, he's got high stress and really high cortisol, and it's affecting his liver and he can't break it down, and he's got inflammatory processes, and the TGF-beta shows up to give him cysteine, which then helps him with his inflammatory process because the TGF-beta will be inhibitory to the inflammatory process, and the cysteine you give him helps him break down the cortisol, and so on and so forth. But you see this double duty on cysteine a lot of times, and you see it in patients who have hormonal issues, male or female, along with the inflammatory process, and the cysteine becomes extraordinarily important. In these cases, MSM doesn't work. In these cases, cruciferous vegetables don't work because you need the cysteine itself as the source of the substance to help to produce the TGF-beta, and MSM is beyond cysteine and sulfate molecules and glycosinolates and things that are in the cruciferous vegetables. They're not cysteine containing. So you actually need to take and use the cysteine. I did a webinar, which is on the line. It's an hour webinar Carrie and I did. It was for free, and it's called A Few of My Favorite Nutrients. And my favorite amino acid is cysteine for all those reasons.
It's the I-N-E, not the I-E.
Yeah, Cysteine. And if you take two cysteine molecules, cysteine, and you oxidize them, the oxidized form of when you oxidize cysteine, two of them come together, it's cysteine or cysteine, it's T-I-N-E. People pronounce it differently, but cysteine is with the E in it, and that's in the reduced form, and that's the one you use.